One of the things I wanted to talk about. So New Edition are currently on tour with a culture tour
Mhm.
with Jodeci, and ahead of their tour, Ronnie DeVoe and Johnny Gill and Ricky Bell were in an interview, and the interviewer asked them, "Hey, who could for New Edition go do verses with? Who would they just be able to go want play around with? Because I'm sure you'd win."
Mhm.
And then Ronnie says, "Well, you first have to put some Guy, then you put in some Jodeci, then
Mhm.
he's mentioned Guy, Tony, 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 and then you fill it in with Boys to Men, and then you can have a conversation." And so I was thinking, wow, like, okay. At one point, I'm thinking, okay, they've got the New Edition, they've got the Bobby Brown, they've got the Bell Biv DeVoe, they've got the Ralph and the Johnny Gill catalog. But my question for you is that being fair to think that you need all five, all those four groups just to be on a level playing field with New Edition, or do you think one of the groups themselves had enough material to take them on?
I want to let Ronnie ride his wave in this moment. Everybody's really celebrating New Edition and reliving their childhoods through the reunion of New Edition. There's a lot of nostalgia attached to New Edition. But to your question, I feel like I think there's something in the water. I think there's something in the atmosphere, maybe chemtrails. I don't know. There's something going on that's changing the atmosphere and environment where people are becoming delusional. Um, I don't know. I don't understand where people think that New Edition can compete with any of the groups he mentioned just based on New Edition material.
No, no,
Now we have to always add in their catalog
yeah, their catalogs.
when they couldn't even really compete with each other because they usually only have like one album. Like Johnny got one album. Ralph has one album. Like you can't, as an individual, you guys can't compete with anybody on the marketplace. So maybe Bobby, but everybody else, I mean, they had their moment in the sun, and I'm not trying to be negative, but let me reel it back a little bit because I have to remember, the audience. I know you guys love New Edition,
Yeah,
but
we do.
there is absolutely no way New Edition can go head to head with Boyz II Men. Period. I don't care what they bring out. I just don't care. What one song from Bobby that's been on the charts for 14 weeks? Number one. I can't. What? He sold what 6 million with the don't what is it, the Don't Be Cruel album?
I think it was about 8 million worldwide. Yeah.
We'll give him 8 million. Now we'll pump it up as much as 10 million. Let's say it was Diamond. It still can't compete with Boyz II Men 2. It
Well,
can't compete with the first album that also sold 10 million copies. So, I mean, I don't know. I love Bobby. I do. I mean, I do because I remember it in my childhood. But let's get back to your question. So your question is it fair? No. And let me tell you why. Um, when you say New Edition, you're talking about a group. When you start branching off and talking about solo careers, that's a whole nother thing that had nothing to do with the group. That had something to do with because the Boyz II Men, they don't have to do that. They don't
yeah,
have to do
but
that. They literally can go
versus
song
everyone
for
brings out
song.
their side catalogs and verses, so they do that. So it in
But
verses,
even let's say he combines all those groups
yeah,
together, then you created a Frankenstein monster that has pretty much run through and destroyed your village. Like you have nothing now after. You add Tony. If you just add Tony, and Boyz II Men, that's too many hits. You can't even handle that. Like, sorry, you can't handle that. So but I know he said it in fun. So but no, there's absolutely no way. And again, I like New Edition. Notice I didn't say love because I'm being real. I like New Edition. I do. But this inflated this inflated value and importance of New Edition. I just don't get it. I like them. I like their songs. I recognize that they have had a heavy impact on a certain segment of people, and they've got renewed interest because of that film that came out a couple of years ago. But prior to that film, back in the '90s, were we thinking about a New Edition like we are now? No, we weren't.
Yeah, well, when they came out with the Home Again album and Bobby was with them, it was a big deal. They got a lot of national press, although unfortunately the album only went double platinum, and it was released the same day with Blackstreet's Another Level,
Rewind, you said the album only went double platinum,
and
correct?
Black it was released
During
the
a
same
time
day with
where groups
yeah
during
it
a
was
time where groups were selling 4, 5, and 6 million copies.
which is
You had
yeah
Blackstreet
yeah
literally coming out that same year, outselling them.
no the same day.
So
The album
right.
came out on the same day. I was working at Best Buy in Milwaukee, and it came out yeah.
So I mean, so for there to be so much anticipation and everybody loving it, and they were so successful, the album still only sold 2 million copies in comparison to Blackstreet and several other groups that were out at the time. So this is the era where we had the 112s that were doing a triple platinum. They were doing so I'm like I said, I know I'm being negative. I feel like I'm attacking them, but I'm getting a little fatigued with all of this new edition, new edition. So yeah, I'm sorry. I don't agree. I don't think that
So apart
I
from
don't
Boys
feel
to
like
Men, because you're a big boy, so people
we could
might
take
say,
Boyz
well,
II Men off the
Omar
table.
loves Boys to Men, and that's
Take them
why
off.
he said.
So who you
So
said Tony, Tony,
so
Tony, who
so
else?
is it Tony, Guy, and he said Tony, Jodeci, and New Edition. So if you took off Boys to Men, which one of those three could go head to head with the collective New Edition?
Jodeci. I feel like when you actually break it down to songs,
Actually, if you do talk about Jodeci, you still have Casey and JoJo that could say that's bring our own hits as well.
right? And that's why I said that they have success. Even I mean, right now, independently, just thinking as groups,
Mm.
Jodeci. And we talk about somebody spawning, making, an individual career. Casey and JoJo, they've had success as well. Massive success actually with their first album. Like I think
Mm.
that first album that they released, Casey and JoJo, was like 5 or 6 million copies.
Mm.
So even with that, that's on par with what Bobby did. So I mean, at the end of the day, I hate to say it, and like I said, I don't want to get into a numbers thing because really this is not even about the numbers. I get it. People love New Edition, and that's what it really is the emotion. But when you talk about the numbers, you talk about the actual figures, you talk about, let's go back to the '90s when New Edition reformed. Yes, we were excited, but other groups still outsold them and still were the talk of the moment. um yeah, I mean, I respect everything they did. BBD, I love, I do love Ralph. I love his voice, I like his style.
Mm.
um Johnny, I was never a fan of Johnny, but I do respect his career and I like some songs. I do like that first album. So, or I won't say first album because that wasn't technically his first album, but the album he
Okay.
put out after New Edition, broke up. So yeah, I mean, I didn't expect this conversation to get so serious, but I, yeah, because I really was like prepared to say, okay, well, let him have his moment. But when I think about it, it's like, yeah, I think we're giving New Edition too much. I think that there's so many groups that, I mean, when I look at these polls and I see New Edition out, being put above the Temptations. I mean, that's just delusion beyond belief.
No,
I don't understand. I don't even understand that. Like, that's delusion beyond belief to put
no,
New
but
Edition above the
the Jackson Five,
Temptations,
the
the Jackson
Jackson,
5,
yeah.
Boys to Men. I mean, I get Boys to Men though. People look at them as like, well, you spawn out of the New Edition situation. So, but like I said, I get it. You guys, I have, irrational thoughts too. Nobody can tell me nothing about Michael Jackson. So, I get it. But New Edition is not Michael Jackson. So I'm
Yeah.
sorry. At least Michael Jackson has the actual numbers and figures that I can comfortably sit back and say, but look at these numbers. I can't do that with New Edition. But I love them and I know you love them and I respect you guys love of New Edition. I love that they are confident and it's all in fun. But I feel like groups like Tony, And like I said, they weren't a great big group, but they had success. It kind of
Yeah.
makes people seem like they're just like, lesser than. And I don't think that they were lesser than. I think that New Edition, not only were they a great group, but they actually wrote their songs. They actually produced those records. And so to me, that's an additional thing that gives that group value over a New Edition.
Yeah. I mean,
If it wasn't for Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, where would New Edition be? But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. I mean, and you guys, feel free to comment, send hate mail to Omar at Omar.
Omar Hudson at gmail.com, guys.
Nah,
If you
just
want to hate me, we can talk in private.
no,
We can
but
send emojis. We can see all whatever. But no, I'm just
yeah,
playing. But no,
it is something
yeah.
that it's versus is a nostalgic kind of thing. We've always said Teddy against Babyface was a sort of a mismatch. It should have been Babyface against Jimmy and Terry, and Teddy could have been against I don't even know, but it's just the nostalgia of that. And I think if New Edition
Teddy.
did a
I would have put
versus,
Teddy against Roddy Jerkins. But no, I get it. I understand.
yeah.
I understand.
So I
I
think
get
the versus would have been a nostalgic thing where they would have, if they did it on stage, I think Guy, because when I look at how Guy were when the whole performance and this
mhm.
production and their remixes, they actually were a real band, a real.
Well, and that's what I did. We had stopped at Jodeci. But when
Yeah.
you think about Jodeci and Guy, like I wanted to get to the other groups. Guy, I mean, we're not gonna because we want to
Yeah.
move on. But Guy, I mean, that package alone, if you put that with Jodeci, New Edition, how can New Edition fight that? Because you got if it we have to back to reality, guys. If it isn't love, can you stand the rain? Candy Girl, this is the Telephone Man. And you got Forever My Lady over here. You got Piece of My Love. You got Groove Me. Like that alone has already, and we ain't even done. We not even done. So again, I respectfully and humbly, I apologize if I hurt anybody's feelings. I like New Edition, but there's a certain level of delusion in the air. I don't know if it's because I don't know. It's the
Yeah.
genetically modified food. I think it's this. This is a food that, as you can see, guys, I'm drinking water here. This is not vodka. I'm not. I'm not drunk. But and I'm also on a health kick now. I
Yeah.
am watching these videos and seeing myself constantly drink juice
Drinking.
and pops and stuff. I'm like, let me start drinking some water. But anyway, no, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comment section. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts? I know you guys are going to come for me, and that's fine. But realistically, write down your hits. Everybody that are New Edition supporters and defenders, let's identify New Edition's hits in a versus battle. Me and Nnamdi may even do this in the future. We may have a night where we do our own versus battle with the artist. Well, he obviously is a New Edition fan, so he may play the songs, and I play the songs of whoever I choose to go against them, and we'll see. We could do that. It's just a thought. But to see reality wise, so I can bring you guys to, I know he's going to play Poison. I know he's going to bring in all those different songs. I got somebody for you. So,
Okay.
anyway, let us know your ideas in the comment section,
Yeah,
guys.
definitely. And yeah, but and just quickly, are we doing
Oh,
10 or are we doing 20?
I think with New Edition, we're going to have to do 10 because do they have
No.
20?
Okay. No. So let's
You're talking about 20 in general, like 20, so
20
20
tracks.
hits.
There's a 20 hits against 20 hits because that's versus a Jerry 20 versus
We can do
20.
that.
Okay. So guys,
Yeah,
if you
we can
put
do
down
that.
your 20, 20
Yes.
sort of New Edition collective against 20 um, Jodeci or 20 Boys to Men or 20 Guy if Guy
Right.
has up to 20. So yeah, we can go from there. But anyway,
Yes.
but then again,
With the
if they could do BBD, Teddy can bring Blackstreet in it. Guy's Blackstreet, stroke
I
retro.
don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair because that's not the same. He's a part of that group. I guess he could do
Well, he
it.
was Blackstreet. He was in Blackstreet, so he could say, okay, oh,
Yeah,
you want to
I
do
guess he could.
Yeah, because he
Yeah, I guess so.
yeah,
Yeah, we can do that. And then Blackstreet and Guy.
Black Street
and
Guy
that's what
against
we'll
New
do.
Edition.
Yes, we'll do
So
that because
yeah.
I think they've got a match. I mean, no diggity. Now I'm sure they're gonna pull out Poison. No diggity. I mean, at the end of the day, it's we'll see how it goes, guys. Just what are
Yeah.
your thoughts? Put them in the comment section. I'm excited to see this one actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, share, and subscribe. Omar and Nnamdi signing off. See you
All
next
right.
time.
Bye.